Good afternoon. My name is Daljit Baines. I'm the Head of Admissions and Business Development for the Windsor Forest Colleges Group. Thank you for making the time and effort and joining me today. I'm going to do a presentation on how to apply to Langley College. It's very much focused on Langley College, and it's all about the process to apply, and it's giving you some top tips on how to do that and help you with that journey. So I hope you find it interactive and enjoyable. You'll have an opportunity to ask questions. There's an opportunity to do Q&A. My colleague Fiona is on the other side. She'll be receiving the questions and hopefully replying to them. Otherwise, I'll be answering them as I go through the process towards the end. So do ask us questions. We'll be happy to help you. So let me start. You should be able to see this presentation on the screen. Oops, I jumped a bit, so let me start again. So important things to do before you make an application. First of all, obviously do loads of research. If you are 16 to 18, you're looking to do a full-time study program with us, it's important to research the type of courses that we have on offer. The things that we're looking for are whether it's vocational. So vocational means it's practical. So do you do coursework? Do you have exams? Is it hands-on? And the important thing here is Langley College is a large campus. There's a large facilities, up-to-date, latest facilities. It's been about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, we spent over 30 million on the site. So it's all about investment for your future. If you're a parent and guardian, obviously that's important. You want to make sure your child's future is secure, and we're making sure that we have the best equipment, the best skill set for our teachers to help and support that going forward. If it's yourself, obviously you can look at some of the virtual videos that we have on the website, and that's a really good place to get some research and resources about the college. So first top tip for you is obviously go to our website, go and check what's available there. We have fact sheets on all the different courses that we have. We also have information about the entry requirements, which I'll go into more detail. You'll see on the slide there's an indication, a table of the types of entry requirements we have, which levels and what kind of entry requirements you may need for those. I'll explain that in more detail. Other things that we have on the website are other virtual videos and libraries of those. So if you want to see a tour of the college, there'll be access to that. If you want some careers information, there's a careers video there. There's a Q&A session that I've done before over the summer break that you might want to access. And there's also an introduction from the principal and so forth, and different curriculum areas giving you a bit more information. So you would have seen some of that in the open day earlier, but there's a lot more information on the website. So do go there and access that anytime you like. So when you do go to the website, you're looking for information about the type of course you want to do. If you are 16 to 18, you're predominantly looking for a full-time study program. Okay, so the website does allow you to select Langley College, so you can filter it down straight away, and you can select full-time. I'll show you that on the next slide when it comes over. But at the time when you look at that, you'll then see a list of different subjects you can apply for, and we have quite a large range of different subjects at Langley, very practical, as I mentioned before. One thing to point out, and it's important for you to realise, Langley College does not offer A levels. Okay, if you're interested in A levels, please, you do need to refer to our Windsor College or our Strode College site. That's part of the Windsor Forest Colleges Group. There's information on that on the website as well. But if it is A levels you're interested in, it's not available at Langley College. So very important to know that. So based on the subject you're interested in, there will be different levels available. So that's if you refer to the slide, you'll see that we have entry level right up to level 3. We do have higher level courses. We do things like higher education as well. So if you're looking for something at level 4 or level 5 or even level 6, these are things that we do offer. We'll be doing a separate video on that. So this one is very much concentrating on courses that are full-time between entry level and to level 3. At Langley College, we offer all the range. So we have a level 1 entry courses up to level 2 and 3. Strode and Windsor predominantly focus on level 2 and level 3 only. So that's important to know. So what kind of things you need to be aware of? Once you decide what subject you're interested in, you need to go and find out about the entry requirements. So the entry requirements tells you what you need, whether it's actual grades or whether it's your target or predicted grades. And that's quite important as well, target and predicted grades when applying for the course. Okay, so let's start with level 1. So level 1 is our foundation level courses. They're predominantly things like BTECs, sometimes they're called City and Guilds. And for that, you need GCSEs, on average, just a general guide, that you need GCSEs grade 2 or above. In some subjects, you might need something higher, so do keep an eye out for that. So things like, I've noticed things like business, you might need a grade D, so that's equivalent to a grade 3, okay, so grade 3. So do make sure you have that. Now, if you are 16 and you are actually at school at the moment in year 11, you may not have your target grades at the moment. You might be actually in the process of doing your mock exam. So if that's the case, please do pay attention to it. Make sure you obviously do well in it. You'll get your results when you come back, hopefully from Christmas, around Christmas, if not, when you come back in January. And then you can obviously give that information to us. If you're eager and you want to make an application now, just give us the subject area. You can always update your grades later on. So don't worry about that too much, okay? We are already taking applications in. We have already started to plan for interviews. We're having interviews in November. There will be some taking place in December. So there's plenty of time for you to apply at Langley College, okay? So that's the level 1 courses there. Then the next level up is level 2. For those, you need GCSE grades between 4 and 2. Once again, there might be some certain subjects that might need higher qualifications, but predominantly the grades will be between 1 and 4, between 4 and 2. So do keep an eye out for those. And finally, we have level 3 qualifications. They are equivalent to A levels. So if you are doing something like a BTEC extended diploma, and when you're looking for those on the website, they are equivalent to 3 A levels. Okay, they give you the same amount of points at 3 A levels if you get things like distinctions and merits. And they can also help you go into university on higher education courses. So there's always obviously a thing about, is A levels the right pathway? Is BTEC the right pathway? Well, the first thing, you need to do your research. You need to know about the subject area you're interested in. People do BTECs because they're more practical, they're more interactive. You do coursework, you do assignments. Yes, there are exams involved in that, unfortunately, but that's a part of the process. And it does allow you to go into higher education and go into university. So if you're interested in sports, construction, ICT, public services, travel, hair and beauty, to name a few, I'm sure there's plenty more that I've forgotten already, but those are kind of courses that you can do at Langley College, and they are very much about hands-on, and they will be in the BTEC format. And obviously you can go up to level 3 and obviously then take it further to university if you wish. Another place to research is obviously when you're thinking about courses, you might be thinking, well, I'm not sure between one subject or another. Talk to family and friends, okay? They know you best. They might give you some advice and suggestions. If you have siblings who are, supportive, talk to them. Talk about what you think you like. It's important to start with things that you enjoy doing, what you might have strengths in. So if you're doing certain subjects already at school and you really enjoy them and you excel in them and you want to continue doing that in the future, that might be a reason for picking a subject. The other thing also, other than meet the entry requirements, is maybe you have a particular career in mind in the future. So if you know that you have a career that you want to go forward for, you want to plan for in the future, you need to know what kind of subject area you want to go for. So that might help you choose the subjects, okay? So if, for instance, if you're interested in a career in construction and you want to go pursue that in the future, then obviously construction-based courses will help you towards that goal. If you're interested in pursuing something in IT or business, then IT and business courses can help as well. So those kind of things will help you with your research. Another top tip is obviously speak to your careers advisors at your school. They're really there to help you and support you. Now, you can either, they'll arrange to have a meeting with you because you're in year 11. They want to look and support you. They want to help you to go into your next destination. That's why moving forward after GCSEs. Now, some of you may decide to stay at sixth form. That's perfectly fine. But if you are planning to go into college life and want to do some more vocational courses, maybe things that are not offered at sixth form, then you really do need to do your research and use your careers team. They're there to help you. They tend to be obviously in the learning centre. They might be separate, but make sure you arrange to meet them as soon as you can. If you do not have a careers service available in the school, do not panic, okay? You can always contact us directly. The admissions team are here to help you. But what I would suggest you do is do your research before you contact us. So make sure you know the kind of things that you want to ask us. Another top tip, write some questions down. Make sure you're ready to talk to us about things and to your careers team as well. So, if you're split between some subject areas, then write down your, what makes you interested in it, what are your concerns, and hopefully they'll help you with that process, okay? So research is the most important thing before you make any application. Okay. Now I've spoken about the fact that you may be split. You may not be sure which subject area you want to go for. If you have more than one subject, it is possible, and we are happy to receive more than one application from you. Okay. The system that we have developed allows you to create an account. I'll explain how you do that, and then you can actually make multiple applications. So if you are split, if you're not sure between motor vehicle or possibly engineering or IT or business, you can apply for both as long as you meet the entry requirements, and we will arrange for you to have an interview, and I'll explain how that works. And then obviously, fingers crossed, you will be offered a place, and that will give you more time to research into the new year, and hopefully then you can select which one you would like to go forward with. Okay, we don't want to narrow down your options completely, but we do want to make sure you've got enough choice. You could also, by the way, apply to Langley College and possibly apply to our Windsor College, or possibly apply to our Strode College, because you might be covering your options, just to make sure you've got plenty of options and an opportunity to research. So that's also possible to do, and we have no issues with that at all. So let me go into a bit more detail about how to make an application. So you've chosen possibly a subject area you're interested in, you've done your research, you've gone on the website, you checked the entry requirements, and you're happy that you meet those, and you think you're going to be confident that you're going to meet those. Another thing, if you do not have your target grades or your actual grades or your predicted grades, you can submit things like school references or school achievement records to support you at this moment, but obviously you can update your details later. Okay, so how do you make an application? So we have an online system that allows you to apply, okay, which is really helpful in the circumstances we're in at the moment. Okay, so it's all through the website. Once again, you need to go to our website, and then you can actually select the course you're interested in. So if you look at the slide, you'll notice there's a screenshot. On that, you can see how you can select and narrow down your choices, as I mentioned earlier. So if you're interested in Langley College, you select Langley College, and that will filter down the subject areas to Langley College. And if you want to narrow it down even more, you can select full-time, and that makes sure that you have chosen full-time subjects, and avoid any part-time subjects, especially if you're 16 to 18. If you're an adult and you're watching this and you're just interested in part-time courses because you've got commitments, you're working, or you've got other commitments like childcare commitments and family commitments, then please select part-time, and you'll see the choices available to you. We do have courses starting in January, and we also have courses starting in September for adults. Okay, so I will continue to kind of discuss it as if it was for 16 to 18s at the moment, but if you've got questions as an adult, I'm happy to answer them later on. So once you've chosen the subject areas, you can then put them into a basket, and this is where you can actually choose more than one subject. So at the moment on the screenshot, you've got one for level 1 extended course in Langley College, but you may have maybe two other courses you want to add into it. You can select those at the time. Once you are happy you've chosen the correct course and you selected them, you just add them in the basket and you press the apply online button. That will go to another page, and where you need to set up an account. Now, in order to set up an account, you do need an email address. So we need that obviously to create the account for you, and it does require a password. Now, if you don't have an email address, and I would suggest a personal email address, for those who are at school, you might be obviously using your school email address. That's perfectly fine right now. But remember, if you are leaving school in the summer, around obviously July, you may not have access to your emails anymore, and we'll be trying to contact you to tell you things about when to come for enrollments and so forth. So the best thing to do right now is take a bit of time and maybe set up a personal email address. You can do that with things like Gmail, Yahoo, you can do it with Sky. There's a whole range, BT, doesn't really matter. The most important thing is it's personal, it belongs to you, and you have access to it, okay, going forward. So that's the most important thing. Parent and guardian, if you can support your child's application by setting up an account, that'd be really helpful as well, and making sure you remember the password so they can get into that as well. That's most important. Once you've got an email address that's actually you're comfortable to use, you can go ahead and create the account. Now, it's important to do some preparation before you set up the account. We do ask for some personal information. So this is another top tip. Before you do this, I suggest you just take the information you need. I'll tell you what you need now, and put it in a separate notepad or put it together ready to input onto the application. The application process will take about 5 to 10 minutes, and you only do it once. Once you set up the account, you can then access it and make multiple applications later. So what kind of things do we need? We need your personal details. So we need your full name, we need your date of birth, we need your full address with the postcode. We need contact details, so mobile number, landline. If you are 16 to 18, we do need your parent details, parent 1 and parent 2. If you're an adult, we need your emergency contact details, obviously in case we need to contact them in the future. And then we're going into the information about your course and about your education. So if you got subjects, we need a list of your subjects that you're currently doing. If you have your predicted or actual grades, even better, fantastic. Please upload those as well. If you don't, just list your subjects. That's enough for us to get things going. Let us know about any support needs you might have, maybe mobility or learning disabilities, because we're here to help you. We have a fantastic ALS support team, a learning support team, who will be able to support you through your journey at the college. But we need your information up front so we can pass that information on to the team, and they can obviously engage with you about what kind of support we can offer. And those are the kind of things that we'll be asking for. You can upload documents at this point as well. So as part of the application, when you have set up your account, you can upload documents like exam certificates, predicted target grades if you got them in a digital format, whether it's a PDF, or you can take a picture of them and upload that picture. You can also put any supporting documents if you want, that's related to your application. So those things can be done as part of that process as well. But it's not important to do right now. It can be done later on. So you can always go back into your account and upload things later. The most important is getting your personal details, your next of kin, your emergency, any support needs that you might have. We do have a couple of questions that we want to talk about, things like well-being and learning support. Those are links in the application on your website that you need to fill in. And those are things about yourself that we can support you with. Once you've done all this, like I said, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes. You can submit your application. You will receive an email, so that confirms that your application has gone through. It will be automated. It will go into the email inbox that you have given us. So please go and check it. Please double check it's not in spam or it's gone into junk mail. And once you've obviously accessed it, then you'll know that's the communication to say that the application is received. The next stage will be, we'll be in contact. Central Admissions will contact you to arrange a telephone interview. So it's going to be telephone interviews because of the current circumstances that we're in. The telephone interviews have been going very well. We've been doing it since March. It's been very successful, and we will let you know when your interview is going to take place. It normally takes place on a Monday between 4 and 5. And that's the normal times that you'll be expecting your telephone interview. We will email you in advance that you will know the date of your interview. And we'll also double check that the telephone number, the mobile number most likely that you've given us, is the correct one that you want us to use. So please, when you check your emails, double check that you got this email and check the details there, because obviously if the mobile number is changed or you want us to call you on another number, you've got to let us know that so that we can obviously update the system. And what will happen at your telephone interview? Well, one of my colleagues from the curriculum will contact you. They'll be specialists in the subject area you've applied for, and they're basically going to help you to make sure that the interview goes well. So what they're going to ask you? Well, they're asking about why you're interested. What's your passion? Why are you doing this course in the first place? So, please be ready to talk about your application to them. So, they're there to help you. If you have, like I said before, if you've got career in mind for the future, you have aspirations to go on to university, tell them that. And what they're going to do is make sure the course that you apply for one. The second is obviously the level you apply for is going to be appropriate based on the entry requirements you've given us, and it will get you to your end goal. Okay, so if you have a particular job in mind that you want to go to, we want to make sure this is the right path. So remember, sometimes the course that you'll be doing may take a couple of years for you to get to it. So, it's a long-term commitment. If you're 16-year-old, the last time you obviously did a big decision like this was probably when you were picking your GCSEs, and they were probably done with your parent and guardian in mind. But this time it's about making your choice and making sure you have planned for your future. So if you're doing a course like a level 2 course, that's a 1-year course. But level 3 courses can be up to 2 years. So it's a 2-year commitment that you're making there. So you want to make sure it's the right course. and therefore the teachers that you'll be speaking to on the telephone are there to help you and support you with that decision. They'll also talk about any hobbies and interests you have that may be connected to this particular career or this particular course that you have applied for. And obviously you can talk about that as well. So another top tip is obviously prepare for the interview in advance. We have some information on the website, some tips on how to prepare for the interview, but basically maybe write some things down, things that you want to talk about. If you're a bit kind of nervous or a bit shy, obviously it helps to practice. So maybe do some role play with some siblings or your parent or guardian or with a friend so you can prepare, okay? And obviously talk about that and just be comfortable talking about it on the telephone. Parents, guardians, please don't worry. We do engage with you as well. And if you have any questions, obviously you are more than happy to ask those to the teacher as well. We will send further communication, obviously, by email to you as well about any activities and events that are taking place at the college. But at this moment, it's all about the applicant, and that's the most important person we want to speak to. So do prepare to talk to us. The interview will normally take around, give or take, 15 minutes to 20 minutes, okay? So it's not very long, but it's enough time for us to engage with you and tell you about the course, and obviously for you to ask us questions. Another top tip is to write down some questions in advance so that you remember. It's, you know, you can get quite nervous doing an interview, so it's always good to write it down so that you can ask the teacher those questions towards the end, and obviously feel satisfied that you got the information you need, okay? So that's what the telephone interview takes place will be like. The end result hopefully will be that you will get a verbal offer, and if you do, congratulations, well done for doing that. And what we will do is we will send you an email confirming the offer. So once again, check your inbox, make sure it's not in spam, and you should receive that email fairly quick. It takes only usually about 24 hours to 48 hours for us to send the email over to you. And in that email, you'll be very clear about the subject you've chosen, and it'll give you the link so you can log in and actually accept your offer. So that's the most important thing. So if you are happy, you are satisfied that is the course you want to go for, even if you apply for 2 courses, you can accept those offers and secure your place at Langley College. So that gives you opportunity to do more research in the summer and obviously in the new year if you need to. But by accepting your place means that you know that you've got a place at the college ready and waiting, okay? If you are getting an offer and it's subject to you getting the grades and you haven't got your target grades at the moment, what you can do is when you receive those, possibly in January, you can go back into your account, log in, and actually upload those predicted grades, those target grades, and we can have a look at those and make sure you're still on track. Remember, we have courses starting at level 1, level 2, and level 3. So if you, let's say, you don't meet the grades for possibly for a level 3 course, what we can do is we can obviously offer you a level 2 course in that particular subject area, and you can obviously work towards level 3 the following year. So there's always flexibility there, and that's the fantastic thing that we can offer you, okay? So that's pretty much it. That's what happens in an interview process. Create the account, make sure you've got everything you need, make sure you've got a username and password. Please do write down the password. That's very important. Keep it safe. Don't share it, obviously, but it's your password, but keep it safe. If you, for any reason, forgotten your password, you can contact the Central Admissions team and we can reset that for you. Can I please remind parents and guardians that the application that you're making, the account that you're making, is for the applicant. So make sure the details you're putting in there are for the applicant. Do not put your contact details or your email addresses in, because obviously you'll receive those phone calls or those emails instead. If you're worried about getting communication, don't. We will be sending regular parent communication separately, and you'll have an opportunity to give your contact details in the online account under the parent section. So we will be using that, and we will be contacting you about events and activities. But if you have any concerns and you want to talk to us about your son or daughter's application, once again, contact us and we will be happy to share and give you some information and support you. And that's basically it for the process of actually making the online application there. And as I mentioned to you about the interview, it's pretty straightforward. Once you got the offer, you can accept your place. If you're not comfortable accepting at the moment, don't panic. There's no pressure. Just because you accepted your place doesn't mean you're secure, like you're stuck with us, okay? All it means is it secures your place with us. And that we know that you might be thinking of coming to us, and we can kind of say to you, if you accept your place, we're going to keep that place for you, and that's the security we're giving you. That's the promise we're giving to you. Okay, so we want to make sure you're feeling comfortable and secure. But if you've got multiple choices, you're not sure which one to go for yet, we understand that you might, drop one subject area and accept another. That's okay. We don't mind. We won't be upset with you. Okay, pretty straightforward. Once you get your offer and accepted it, it won't be the last time you hear from us. We will want to stay in contact with you regularly, so you'll receive new communication about events. There's some open days coming up in the new year. Fingers crossed, there may be face-to-face, and we will obviously notify you, so that gives you a great opportunity to come around and look around the facilities at Langley College. If it isn't, we still have virtual activities taking place, and we will obviously ask you to see if you wish to attend those and register for those events as well. There will also be further information we'll be sending over to you closer over the summer period in readiness for enrolments. So our enrolment period is in middle of August up until late September, and we will send you information about when to attend, what date and time, and it will be face-to-face, so you will need to come to the event and bring any of your results with you so you can do your enrolment in person. Parent and guardian, you will be able to attend as well and support that process as well. Okay. That's it for me on the point of any information about how to apply. So I'm going to go to my colleague Fiona and see if there's any questions that you might have for me, and I'll be happy to answer.
Thanks, Daljit. We've just had one question in at the moment, which was just somebody querying about the electrical course being part of the construction department.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could just cover what the construction, what is under construction, because there's quite a lot, isn't there? There
is a broad range of different subjects in electrical. So we cover things like obviously plumbing, electrical, there's brick, there's plastering, there's carpentry and joinery. So these are the kind of range of different things you can have on offer. There is also another type of electrical which comes under motor vehicle, which is electrical as well. So it's about knowing the difference. So we're talking about electrical in the sense of doing properties and buildings, and obviously electrical in motor vehicle sense, and engineering is obviously working on cars and equipment in that sense. So they're the two different types. If you're not sure, please go onto our website and we'll obviously check. The fact sheets will give you more information on that.
I was going to say that the website's got all the resources there, hasn't it? And it's worth people just spending some time and really having a look around the website. Just waiting to see if there's any more questions coming in. Everybody's a bit quiet today, so maybe your presentation answered all their questions. Is it okay can you apply to Langley, Windsor and Strode? So how does that work?
Yes, you can. Once you set up your account, the account is available across the Windsor Forest Colleges Group. That's the most easy way of doing it, thinking about it. So you may have applied for Langley, and then you may be reflected on it, maybe looked at some of our website resources, gone to a virtual event and realized, you know what, I might be interested in applying to another site. Just log into your account, apply, obviously go to the website, put your course that you're interested in into the bucket, meeting the entry requirements, and then when you press apply, it will give you the page that you have to log into using your username, which is your email address, and that password, and then you just all your information is already there because you already created your account. All your personal data is already there. You just double check there's no change in circumstances, add extra information in that's relevant to that application, and you press send. As simple as that. And then we will arrange for you to have a telephone interview for those sites as well. One of the things I was just going to say was, if you are thinking about applying to obviously the college, the one thing that we do tend to get our questions about is obviously travel. So, how is it to get to the college? What's the access arrangements? Now, each of our campuses are closely located to a train station. So we are walking distance, for instance, at Langley, literally walking distance from Langley station, which is the Great Western Rail. So it goes all the way down to London, central London, and it can go all the way down to Reading and Maidenhead and Taplow. So we have a good broad, transport links. If you are based in places like Bracknell and Windsor, and even as far as Surrey, the train service has access. You can get straight from Slough and then join back into Langley. quickly. That's what we are very fortunate in that sense. We also have a bus stop at the front of the building, and that goes all the way to places like Uxbridge and links in there. You go to Slough, and it goes all the way to places like in Hounslow and so forth. So you've got good access arrangements here. And we also have obviously car park facility for those who can drive, and we have obviously access for cars, and you can, as a student, you can have a car park space available here as well. So there's different ways of coming to the college, and obviously do check the location, because that's quite important for you as well. Making sure you can actually get to the college, and that's an important thing to check and research. And obviously do the same for the other sites as well, Windsor and Strode. Make sure you have easy access. And how would you go there? Fingers crossed in the new year, when we do have face-to-face opportunity to meet, you may want to take that chance to look at doing it by public transport, just to experience how it would feel to travel here. Obviously at the moment we are doing it by virtual, and there will be an opportunity for you to watch some of the virtual videos we have, which is a kind of like a tour of the college sites. There is one for Langley, there will be one for Strode and Windsor, which gives you a virtual feel for the place. But we really do want to give you a chance to come here at some point in the future. And once we do have those opportunities to do that, and the restrictions are lifted, we will notify you immediately, and you can come and visit, and you get a real feel for the building and the place, and see if this is the right place for you.
Thanks, Daljit. I think you have already covered this, but worth repeating. Are there any costs involved if you're 16?
If you're 16 to 18, your courses are fully funded by the government. The government is very much committed to supporting your education up to the age of 18. So yeah, you're fully covered. There is no cost implications there. So if you need assistance, this is another one that you might come across, is that if you need help with things like equipment, or even to transport, cost of actually traveling to the college, there is support that we can offer you, and that's something under student finance. So that's they're accessible for all three sites. It is about your circumstances and your household, so we will contact you and give you information, and you just basically give us details, and we can see what we can do to support you. There's also kind of schemes that we help you with, things like getting food and meal deals at the college as well. So those things are there to support you. So please do not worry about those things when you're making an application. The most important thing we're here to do is to support you about your future plans. Remember, we're here to help. Okay, so think about what you applied for. Think about why you're doing it. It's about your future. We want to support you and take you forward with that, and take you to the right direction. So please do come and talk to us. We're here to help you. Student Finance is here. Central Admissions here to help you. I think my contact details for our admissions team will be available in the link, and obviously you can call us or email us if you have further information or further questions about making an application, or anything related to cost as well.
Okay, important question here, Daljit, which is about, is there a deadline for applications?
There is no deadline for applications. As I said before, we are open now. We are taking applications for September 2021 already. After this event, I'm sure there'll be more applications coming in. The only thing I would say is take your time making an application. Don't rush it. Make sure you got all the information you need when making that online application. The reason being is, if you are missing something, what will happen is we won't be able to move to the next stage of doing the interview. So if you're missing things like subjects and obviously any target grades, I appreciate you may not have those at the moment, so at least what you can do is give us your subjects. Obviously, if it's missing information about your address or something, we can't pursue your application. So please do take your time. As I said, my top tip is to write everything down, have a look at what you need, personal data, your address, your mobile contact details, your email, your parent and guardian details, and obviously your subject, and we can then obviously set up your interview. In regards to applications, it's better to do it sooner rather than later. The reason being is you don't want to be in a situation of doing it towards August and September, because that means you don't have an opportunity to really kind of think about it. You don't want to rush it then and leave it too late. We are saying to you is, you could do your mocks, you get your results maybe in January, you can apply in January, that's not a problem, but do it sooner so you have a chance to secure your place, and that gives you more time to do research, more time to look into the subject and make sure it's the right decision for you, and talk to those careers team and your parents and guardians and friends and family to make sure this is the right subject. And then obviously if you apply for more than one subject, you might be thinking which one I want to go for, so that gives you more time. So that's all it is.
Great, thanks Daljit. I've just posted all the contact details on the Q&A. Okay. Also, I've posted a link to our careers video, so all our heads of department have put together some video content around the kinds of careers that you can go into, so that's quite useful if you're just exploring your options. If you click on the YouTube channel, you can actually skip through chapter by chapter, so you can click on hair and beauty, or you can click on construction, so you can pick and choose the bits that are most relevant to you. Also, just a reminder that for the next 40 minutes, our heads of department are available on the live chat, which you can access by clicking on the home page, little circle in the bottom right hand corner of the website. So it gives you a chance to speak directly if you've got any questions about particular subject areas. Other than that, I think we have come to the end of that session, so I'll leave you to sign off, Daljit. Okay, just one thing I was want to say, if there are colleagues out there who are watching this from schools, hello for starters, can I just say that we are very keen to engage with you. So if you have any events, like you want us to do assemblies for year 11s or year 10s, if you want us to do things like career options, whether it be virtual, I can understand. We can give you resources, we can send that to you, but I'm more than happy to also arrange for us to do some virtual events for you as well. So please do use the contact details and we'll do that and take it further for you. Sorry, Fiona. Yeah, I was also going to say we do have our resources page on the website, which I'll post a link to for people that might want to try a few little activities that our heads of school have posted for school leavers. And we are also hosting a careers advisor event next Friday, a virtual event to launch our course guides for 21. So again, if you want to download our course guide, that's on the website as well. And once again, I will post a link in the question and answer box. Great, thank you. Okay, wonderful. Okay, all the best, guys, and we look forward to seeing you at the college.